Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Meteorologist Aaron White here, and we are tracking another round of snow here across the area. So thank you for joining us here on the 10 Weather Impact Show as we are tracking some of that snowfall here, and even another chance as we go towards the end of the week coming up on Friday. Now, it's kind of a give and take with the forecast because as we're getting these chances for snow, we're also seeing some warmer temperatures out there. So we're actually melting some snow here this afternoon. So getting some progress in terms of our temperatures, but it's a trade-off. So we'll take the warmer weather, but thankfully we're not tracking a winter storm, but we are tracking at least a little bit of light snow out there. Here's a live look at downtown. Not really seeing any snow in the Columbus metro. We are still seeing overcast skies, a few peaks of sunshine trying to get through the clouds, but temperatures are warming up. 31 degrees here this hour, so not bad. And if we could get to 32, that'd be our first time at freezing since back on January 23rd, so about 10 days ago that we actually got temperatures above freezing. We were up to 37 that day, so it's been a while, and yeah, it's a nice change at least from the sub-zero temperatures. And we are going to see some more weather like this in the coming forecast, but there will be a drop in temperatures going into tomorrow and Thursday as we see highs back up into the 20s, but still not bad. We'll take 31 degrees and a few places actually above freezing now this afternoon. We are up to 33 in Jackson and MacArthur, 32 for Logan, 31 in Circleville, and around 32 in Chillicothe and Piketon. So some decent temperatures, a few places still into the upper 20s, but not bad considering what it has been, especially considering back Saturday morning, we were down 10, near 20 below zero. So temperatures closer to 40 to 50 degrees warmer. It feels good out there considering what we've had. Now, we are tracking some light snow again this afternoon. You'll notice some darker blues showing up, some moderate snowfall, not out of the question here in a couple places. This will gradually start to wind down, especially as we get closer to about the evening commute around 5 p.m. Likely going to see most of the snow already out of here. So we've already seen some little bit of snowfall, about an inch in a couple places, and we could see maybe up to 2 inches in total once this is all done. Not really looking at a significant snow by any means, but there is a winter weather advisory in effect for Chillicothe, Waverly, Piketon, over towards Athens and Logan, because we are tracking that light to moderate snowfall here through this evening. That will clear out, and then we'll catch a break in the snow for tomorrow and Thursday. However, we are tracking yet another system coming in here looking ahead to Friday. Now that system, very similar, not going to be a lot of snow, but it will likely be a bit more widespread across Ohio. So more likely to see some more snowfall even into the Columbus metro going towards our really Thursday night and through Friday afternoon. So light to moderate snowfall with that one. But again, we're not expecting a lot. It's going to be another 1 to maybe 3 inches of snowfall kind of system. So light to moderate snowfall in the forecast here for our Friday. So of course, as we are tracking snow and colder temperatures, I think we're all looking ahead to spring. 45 days from now, March 20th, average high is 53. So we'll make some progress, but it's going to take some time. However, though, as we get into next week, past the 7-day forecast, there are indications that we'll see highs back in the 40s and maybe making a run towards 50. The problem with that happening is going to be the snow that we have on the ground. Whenever there's a lot of snow, especially a deep snowpack like we have, it is hard to really warm up. So temperature-wise, I think 30s and 40s for sure, but maybe making a run at 50. And the overall outlook, this is from the Climate Prediction Center for days 8 through 14. So this is getting into mid-February. We are looking at above normal temperatures, at least higher chances, especially the further west you go. And that's all across the plains. So that warmer air, well, it has to go somewhere. So eventually some of that warmer air is going to make its way here into Ohio and parts of the Northeast as we get towards mid to late February. Now, that's not to say that we're going to not have some colder days. We will. It's still February. It's still winter. But there is a good trend towards some warmer temperatures and well above what we just experienced. I don't think we're going to see sub-zero temperatures like we had that whole stretch last week for hopefully quite some time. There is a chance we could see some colder temperatures this weekend, maybe getting closer to zero here by Sunday morning, but a stretch like what we just had, nothing like that in the forecast. So there's some good news for you. Now, we are tracking that light snow again, moving out of here this evening. So by 5 p.m., really starting to wind down. Still a couple flurries around. Light snow around Athens, Jackson, Piketon. This is the back edge of that band of snow. That moves to the south and east. Out of here this evening, keeping the cloud cover in place here going through tonight into tomorrow. But I think we will get some sunshine here, especially for the afternoon here on your Wednesday. So a little brighter. It's going to be colder, though. That's the only downside. Winds are going to shift to the north, and that's going to pull in some of that colder air as highs are only going to be in the 20s for tomorrow. But not bad, considering we had highs only in the teens back over the weekend and last week. So we'll take low to mid 20s here for tomorrow. And that's going to continue on Thursday. But then we get another warm up here for Friday, back to the mid 30s. That's our next chance for snow. So again, like I said, it's a trade-off. We get the warmer weather. We get a little bit of snowfall with it. Now, additional snowfall here through this evening. Not a lot, less than an inch really expected across the area. And most places are only going to see a dusting, if really anything at all here as we go through today. Now, here's a look at that 7-day forecast where we are tracking the snow showers this afternoon. 31, that's where we're at right now. So that's probably going to be our high, maybe 32 degrees here today. And then we do drop into the 20s going into tomorrow and Thursday. And also notice our overnight low getting down to 7, so it will get cold once again. Wind chill factors could get closer to 0 by Thursday morning, and likely maybe near or slightly below 0 here by Saturday and Sunday morning as we get another shot of some colder air. Still nothing overly cold compared to what we had with the sub-zero temperatures, and wind chill factors down to 20 below. That's not in the forecast, but what we do have is 34 here by Friday. Some more snow again Thursday night into our Friday. So as we are warming up to 34 degrees, all the snow that we do get with this next system, a lot of it will be melting at the same time. So we are going to make some progress. Road conditions overall likely slippery here as temperatures are going to stay below freezing during a good duration of that snow. However, they will start to warm up, so by the afternoon, once we get up to 34 degrees, road conditions will be looking a lot better. So just be aware of that here for Friday before our temperatures do tumble back into the teens and 20s here heading into the weekend. And then you'll notice by Monday, we are back up to 26 degrees. But after that, though, we could be talking about high temperatures into the 30s and maybe eventually getting some 40s back on the board. So we'll make some progress. We just got to get through this upcoming weekend. Looks to be one of the colder ones, just not as bad, of course, as what we just experienced. We're done with that for a while. But as we are talking about the cold continuing to linger across many parts of Ohio, new concern is being raised in northeastern Ohio over ice jams. Right now, Lake Erie more than 95% frozen, and rivers are also solid. Emergency crews are already planning ahead for what's to come next. Communities like Wilbury Hills and actually seen flooding before when large sheets of ice break loose, pile up, and force water levels to quickly rise. The fire chief there, Bob Gandy, tells us that the river is actually frozen over right now, but once melting begins, ice can get stuck on sandbars, creating jams and increasing the risk of flooding.
We advise our residents to have a bag with their important documents, medications, valuables, and just be ready to leave at a moment's notice. If they don't have anywhere to go, they can come to the Fairport Senior Center. We can make arrangements at Village Hall or one of the schools.
And authorities there are warning residents just to be aware of the situation, make sure they have their phone or radio nearby so they can get the warnings if they have to evacuate. Now that while that's happening in Ohio, parts of Tennessee, people are still waiting to get back power from last week's winter storm as they had ice and snow. And in one neighborhood, the whole block is relying on just 10 homes that got power back.
This is our upstairs thermostat, which is currently at 35 degrees. It's battery powered.
And that was Jennifer, and her house is actually just chilly to say the least. It's set to stay that way for just a few more days. Temperatures are warming up, so there is some progress at least. But of course, it is still winter time, so there could still be some more cold snaps. And at last check, her power isn't estimated to be back on until February 9th. So they are still waiting quite some time. Of course, that winter storm hit hard across many areas, and others are waiting for power to return And one resident there says he'll be shelling out in the meantime.
And it's a long time for us. We're spending a lot of money every day because we cannot cook, we can do anything over here.
Now, some of those residents are spending around $100 a day on fuel for their generator and food since they aren't able to cook without the power. And as you're thinking about power and trying to save on money this winter, of course, with the cold over the past week, it's causing a hole in your wallet. According to recent data, Americans paid about 7% more for electricity this month, this past November compared to just a year ago, really thanks to a lot of the colder temperatures that we're seeing. Financial experts say that the main reason is because of delivery costs. Those fees help cover the cost to build, maintain, and operate infrastructure.
Got to be able to deliver that electricity from the power plant across transmission lines, the distribution lines on your street.
And to help lower the monthly bill, experts say to turn your thermostat down by a few degrees. That can make a major difference on your bill. You can also upgrade your windows and doors to keep the cool air out. And also, if you're concerned about rising costs, you can contact your local leaders. Financial experts say distribution fees are approved by state regulators. And an update to a story we brought you yesterday, the launch date for Artemis 2, the mission that's going to around the moon coming up. That's actually been pushed back until at least next month. This comes after a hydrogen leak was detected at the base of the rocket during yesterday's rehearsal. When the mission does launch, it will send 4 astronauts on a 10-day flight around the moon. Really excited about this one. Again, likely going to be launching in March. Hopefully everything goes well. Again, they're going to be doing a lot of testing here through the next several weeks before that anticipated launch here as we head into the month of March. And as we are anticipating eventually a warm up in our forecast, we're going to have more updates on that coming up later on this afternoon. Meteorologist Michael Behrens will be in at 4 o'clock with the latest updates on the warmer temperatures, but also that next chance for snow coming up here on Friday. So until then, you can catch more news and weather online as always at 10tv.com.